People often ask and wonder, is it even okay to ask God for a sign? I'm gonna say yes, but depending on your heart posture, depending on how you see God in that moment. Anytime you approach God, you should always approach him with humility, faith, humbleness, just knowing he's bigger than that thing that concerns you. Think about it. Abraham's servant asked God for a sign, and it wasn't because of disbelief. He asked because he believed in the God of Abraham. And I ain't saying you asking for a sign, he's just gonna give it to you. You can have faith all you want to, and he still just may not, because we have to go into it knowing God is God over everything. He's gonna do what's right in his eyes, provide you with what you need, whether he provides you with that specific sign or not. Because sometimes he feel like there's already signs around you that you're already overlooking. The only time it's okay to ask God for a sign is when you already trust in his plan, while not even knowing his plan. I mean, all the details anyway. Meaning you relying solely on him for whatever sign it may be. Being open and receptive, not just stuck on what you expect it to look like. It's okay to ask for signs when you need guidance. In some cases, reassurance, or to deepen the connection that already exists. But if you're doing it to test God's presence, that's another situation. Because God ain't gonna give you no sign to aid your disbelief. Well, God, if it's true like you say it's gonna be, you're gonna have to just show me a sign, because I don't know. God not gonna give you no sign. That ain't faith or humility. It's pride. It's you testing God. God, if you really want me to take up my cross and follow you, you're gonna have to show yourself. You're gonna have to prove you God. I ain't saying God won't show you a sign out of that. Sometimes God will show you a sign by showing you he ain't the one to test. It may not be good in the beginning anyway. Turns out good in the end. As a sign, an example could be eating and end up choking on your food, but somehow you managed to get it back up with nobody around to do the Heimlich maneuver. God did it. He showed himself. You could be in your car, this close to an accident. The other car somehow just swerved, somehow just stopped. God showed himself. And we overlook those signs because it didn't come in the form we expected to come in, because it wasn't asked with faith. He wasn't humble in our approach. I remember when I asked God to show me a sign that my brother-in-law was okay after he had been missing a few days. I said, God, if he's okay, just let a red bird fly over my head. I didn't ask for that sign because I didn't believe he could, but it was my humbleness in knowing he's a God who's all-knowing, a God who sees, a God who knows the whereabouts of everybody who's lost, is why he gave me the sign. Right after I was praying, a red bird flew over my head. So if you're gonna ask God for a sign, you have to have a healthy fear of the Lord, and not frightening fear, but a reverence and awe of knowing his authority, realizing how small you are under a big God. If you've ever been to a beach and stood next to the ocean, because it's visible, you know that ocean can swallow you up. But God created that ocean. And you ain't out there testing that water because you ain't trying to drown. But we somehow have the tendency to devalue God and make him smaller than he really is. We don't negotiate with the ocean. Show me a sign if you're not gonna drown me. Because if you don't swim, it is. You respect that water because you know what it can do to you. We have to approach God with an even higher respect because he's so much bigger. Y'all be blessed.